500. Don't be a pussy at the crest. Keep it on, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. Just got to be speeding to tight hairpin 90. Hello and welcome to Benjafield and Baker and to a new series called Nav in Training. So for those of you who might not have seen the little update video a couple of weeks ago, I have agreed to navigate or co-drive for my friend in his rally car. So I've never been interested in rallying before, and we went to the Harry Flatters rally, the stage rally, a few weeks ago, or a few months ago now, it's ages ago. And since then I've literally become obsessed with rallying. On the way home, my friend who's the driver said on Facebook, will anybody navigate for me at a couple of rallies this year? He wasn't getting much good feedback, so I spoke to everyone that was in the truck with us, you know, said, could anyone help out a friend? And nobody was interested at all. So I dropped him a little message and said, look dude, I'm really, really sorry, I would love to be able to help, but unfortunately I've got no experience. And he said to me, interesting. Okay, it wasn't the reaction I was expecting. But he called me and he said, look, if you want to have a go, let's get cracking. Which to me is awesome. So every single person who's into cars, who's into racing, has always wanted to be a rally driver. A racing driver. But not everyone's got the funds to get involved with motorsport, because let's be honest, it is ridiculously expensive. And I've found a way in. And it's not really going to cost me that much, which is bloody awesome. So over the next coming weeks, months, years, who knows how much it's going to improve, who knows whether I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to share the experience with you guys. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm not a navigating or co-driving instructor. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm literally just taking you guys along for the journey through having zero experience to being, what should we say WRC champion? It was probably not going to happen, but to be fair, if you don't put yourself in these situations and you don't jump at opportunities, then the situation is not going to come along and be like, right, I pick you. So get involved, and that's exactly what I've decided to start doing. Sorry, not used to this car. And there was a lorry coming the other way. So yeah, I'm going to take you on the journey. I'm going to try and explain as much as I can about sort of like the co-driving and navigating techniques, or certainly the ones that I'll be using. Now every nav is different. People will give different calls for different things, and I'm literally just going to sort of give my driver the feedback that he wants and from the nav that he's previously been used to. Hang on a second. Oh, I'm in a DB9 by the way. It sounds good. I'll give you the rest of my review in the outtakes of this video. But yeah, so on this journey I'm going to explain how to read a map, how to work out your plots, how to be a decent passenger maybe, because that is one of the fundamental principles of being a navigator or a co-driver, is to not be a scared passenger. Now Richie, he said to me the other day he literally can't think of anything worse than being in the passenger seat, being thrown around and not seeing what's going on, just having your nose buried in a map, which I can understand. For me though, being a passenger, it's not really an issue. We're in a cage, we're in a race harness, I'm sure everything will be fine. Oh gee, the lorries like to come down here today. But yeah, so where was I? So this episode 1, is going to be a bit of a mishmash. I'm going to do a bit in the car, sort of the introduction, but I imagine some parts of it will be just looking at a map. And also in this video I've got a little bit of a first event. So we did an event fairly recently, a couple of weeks ago now it was, called, what was it called? The Hillbilly Sprint. So it was a hill climb more so than a rally. And it was really, I mean, it's not something that you need to give out pace notes for, I'll be honest, but it was also a perfect opportunity for me to experience giving pace notes at a competitive speed, which might sound easy, but when you're being thrown around the car and you're trying to read out 2 corners in advance, unless you're used to it, then it's a bit of a new thing altogether. This Mercedes has probably disappeared. Does sound good, this thing. this journey, come with us for the ride. I'll share as much as it with you as I can. I did say in the update video a couple of weeks back that I'd introduce to Jamie, the driver. I'd introduce you to the White Knight, which is the Impreza rally car we're going to be using. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I should have done that when we did the Hillbilly Sprint, but I really did want to focus on delivering my notes effectively and just being in the general zone and not fiddling around with cameras and looking like a dickhead walking down the road vlogging. Is just so embarrassing when there's loads of people around. So stay tuned. Give me some feedback in the comments below if you think this is an absolute waste of your time. I really hope that it isn't. And give me some feedback if you're excited for the journey ahead. Like I said, I'll share as much of it with you as I can. And if you guys have any suggestions, or if you think it should not be called, the series should not be called Nav in Training, hit me up in the comments below. And yeah, let's just go from here. So God knows where the next scene's going to cut to, but let's get this thing rolling. Okay, so one of the things I've forgotten to mention so far is all the road rallies that we're going to be taking part in are actually going to be held at night. And as a specky, or a spectator if you will, in the middle of the forest, you're probably not going to see a whole bust and load until this happens. So what you can see here is the car has arrived at a checkpoint to get a signature from the marshal. Once the marshal's completed that signature, that was incredible. He counted him down. I literally lifted the pen off the paper and he went boom. Let's do that. Oh, with the styles. Watch out for your right coming up. And the clipboard will look something very much like this. Hang on, let me just cover up the rules here. Where is it? But yeah, you get the idea. There's a signature in the box. You can see this dude signed for this one. But yeah, so that is one of the navigator's duties, is to have a clipboard floating around, double-sided, because there's two sets of signatures to get. Right, now going back to what I've actually got to do. So here you can see a whole list of numbers, and what they are is their grid references, and they match up with everything that happened to be on one of the Ordnance Survey's maps for this race. Sorry, rally, not race. You'll see here, you got RC3, RC, I can't read it, RC5, RC6, then you've got PCs, giveaways, all this kind of mumbo jumbo. And what we then do from this is we take all these grid references, we plot it on a map, and you'll see here, on this map here, I can just get the right kind of angle, you'll see there's a whole bunch of markers on there on a route. Now, I don't have to read it freehand from the Ordnance Survey map. What I've got here is a potty, which is basically like a magnifying light. So you'll see through here, in the top left-hand corner of the circle, you have RC2, TC2, DIA, and PC2. So they're all little markers that we had to reach. So for example, let's go with PC2. So what we're supposed to do at PC2 is look at the diagram. You can see it says DIA PC2. So I flick over, and this here is PC2. So you can see I'm coming from the top here. Then we don't take this first turn in, we take the second turn in left, which will be known as a second slot left, through the Ford, give way here. Oh, so code board, through the Ford, give way, and then go to the Marshall. So a lot going on in PC2. And then upon leaving PC2, hang on, let me just see what's going on the screen. So upon leaving PC2, we're going to trek through the forest down to RC3, give way, DIA, PC3. So you'll see, going back to the diagram, PC3 is telling us we're going to be coming down again, second slot left, code board inside the little traffic island or whatever's there, on to get the signature through the Marshall. So that's one of the jobs of the nav. Getting the signatures is one of the jobs of the nav. Plotting the route is one of the jobs of the nav. And actually reading this bloody map is a big deal. And all I've got to do is tell the driver to keep going faster or slower to meet a time. Now, there is so much to explain. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and split it up over lots of different things. So this is just your introduction. So we've had my blurb at the beginning. This is just a little itinerary list or whatever is expected from the navigator. So that's all well and good, but you can't practice all the time flying around in the lanes, can you? So other things that you can do to practice is to do things like hill climbs. So for example, we've already competed in one of these hill climb events, as you would have seen from the introduction credits on this video. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you sort of like how we improved through the day and how I was able to deliver pace notes at a competitive speed to make my driver go faster, if you like. I know this video is such a little mishmash, but let's just see what we can do. Flat exit into long left. Caution after slate tightens into triple apex. Easy at the tyres into bomb hole. Exit right. Easy left into 90 right. Flat. So like I said before, this isn't necessarily something that you'd need notes for. Well, in fact, it's not really a circuit that you'd need notes for at all. Plenty of people were driving this on their own. But this was the perfect opportunity for me to learn how to, let alone speak clearly, but just deliver the notes effectively in what we were trying to achieve. Throughout the day, I mean, this is the first run, so we're really still discussing where the road's going so that I can, again, add to the notes that I'd already research through watching other people doing laps of this track. Road rallying, you can't really do that. Stage rallying, that's another story altogether. But this hill climb, I made some notes based off what I'd seen on YouTube. Didn't know the distances, so that we added them on this particular run. So we're both a bit sketchy with where the track's going. We're just talking it through. There's a few definite mistakes on my part in this run, and I'll try and be as open as honest as I can. I'll keep quiet for a minute and let the run carry on. Flat. This is a bit we've got as a double caution, yeah. Rest and down, this is as sketchy as hell, right? Just love all the speed in the straight. Downhill to 90, then long hairpin, flat to finish. Long hairpin, flat to finish. So you can see there's some of the notes towards the end of that run were a little bit pointless, really. I was giving them quite late. I was a bit unsure, so at that point Jamie would have been completely ignoring what I was saying and just concentrating on where he was going, because he was able to hear the lack of confidence in what I was trying to say. This is the finish line now, and then we're just chatting about how the run went. I felt the notes got sloppy 3/4 of the way through.
The 90 left after the climb up.
Yeah.
All that earlier.
The 90 left
So,
after the climb. Yeah.
okay. We came
So
up
after
with
the
the buildings on the left.
Yeah.
And then it was up then 90 left.
Yeah.
By the time you called it, it was a bit late for me to already start slowing down.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, apart from that, the delivery was perfect.
Yeah. Wicked.
Because you want to like cool stuff before I got it really too far before I got to think about it, like, and that was.
Yeah. Spot on.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So run 2 of the day. My confidence has grown. The notes are more detailed. Let's see how we get on. Good start. 100 into 45 right chicane, into 45 left. Straight back into 90 right off camber, 20 metres into 40 left. Flat finish, 500. Jump by the tree, 30 left, immediately after the tree. 50 into right chicane, tight. Tight hairpin, tight. Good, flat on exit. Caution, tightens after slate. Triple apex. Caution by the tyres, drops into bomb hole, exit right. 300 to 90 right, easy, mind the post. Flat 100 into 40 left, 30 into right. Flat 300 to 90 left, tightens halfway round. Flat 100 into 90 right, up the hill. Good. At the gate, easy into 90 left, and it gets tight. 90 left. Flat exit into 40 right, 100.
How's the front of that ball?
Yeah. 500 across the common, into 90 left, through posts, caution. Flat 300. Crest. Crest into left. Flat 300. Triple million times caution on this straight, get all the speed after the crest. Double caution after crest, slippy. Long hairpin, flat to finish. Flat finish. Go, 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 go. No, I won't, I'll do it in a flying finish. 255. Thank you. So as you can see, the second half of the circuit is definitely lacking in confidence on my part. I'm still unsure on what I'm trying to say. I'm still unsure on the directions I'm giving Jamie. The first half seems pretty dialed. It's so embarrassing listening to myself delivering these notes. I don't know what the hell I said flat finish for. I actually meant flat exit. But anyway, I'm going to make mistakes at this point. Like I said, I'm new to this. Please don't hate the player, hate the game. But like, we've definitely improved throughout the day. There's a few more clips now and I'll show you. I gain confidence, Jamie gains confidence, and we do get some quicker times. I went to this event seeing what I'd seen on YouTube, thinking maybe we'll be able to get the old White Knight sub 3 minutes. We'd be pretty happy with that. We definitely did that. In this run we did it in 2:55, so that was already cracked. Fast forward, this is probably one of the last runs of the day. I didn't manage to capture all of them, but the GoPro was messing around. But anyway, this is probably one of the better delivered notes. It's a bit cringy in some places where I put on this weird accent for some reason. I didn't realise, again, this video was going to be like 20 minutes long, so I'm sorry about that. There was just so much to cover in this sort of pilot episode. If you're interested in this kind of thing, please let me know in the comments below. Give us some feedback. I know I'm not an expert right now, but hey, let's see how far we can push this thing. I really enjoyed making this episode. If you've enjoyed it too, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, do all those lovely things that you know you should probably do. Take care, and I'll see you soon. 20 metres into 40 left, flat on exit, push, 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 nice. 500 metres into jump by tree. 30 left, just after tree. 20 into tight right. 20 into super tight hairpin. Flat exit. Caution after slate into triple apex. Easy at the tyres. Into bomb hole, exit right. Easy left, over crest into 90 right. Flat exit, 100 into 40 left, 30 into right. Flat exit, 300 into 90 left, tightens. Flat 100 towards the buildings, exit right 90. Push, push. Easy at the gate. 300, easy at the crest, slight right into 20 metres, 90 left. Flat 500, keep it lit over the crest, into tight hairpin right. 200, easy at the crest, slight left. Downhill 100, double caution, slippy. 40 right into long hairpin left. Push, 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 flat to finish, push, push. 241. Nice.
I was happy with that one.
Yeah, man, that was a piece of run. Good job. So my overall review of this Aston Martin DB9 is it's a bit disappointing. I mean, it sounds good. There is no denying that. Like there is no two ways about that. It's reasonably comfortable. It's not as comfy as I thought it was going to be. It doesn't feel as big as I thought it was going to feel. But if I'm being brutally honest, I am disappointed. Like the whole Aston Martin experience. Nah. And I know Rich would probably agree with me here. Rich has driven, I think he's driven the, well, I know for a fact he's driven the Vanquish, and I'm pretty certain he didn't like that. So for the two of us, Aston Martin, sorry guys, but nah, he can keep it.